Hello, welcome. Today I have another ink sample review for you. This one's by Pineider and it's called Yellow Gold. We'll go ahead and make a swatch of this real quick. Alright, this is definitely a very vibrant yellow color so far. Get a little bit more ink. I want to make this a really good swatch. Alright, let's put the name on here. Okay, that's how the swatch looks so far. I'm going to put it under a fan to dry. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back with some copy paper. And this copy paper I always like to test my inks out on, because sometimes if you're not at home, if you're maybe like at work or at school, you don't have access to nicer paper. You just want to know if the ink is going to perform and behave itself. So that's why I test it on here. This is copy paper. There we go. Alright, it's a really bright yellow, very easy to read, so this is definitely legible. I'm going to go ahead and try this on some HP 32. And the HP 32 paper is also copy paper, but it has a smoother surface and the ink responds really well. Sometimes you even get to see some of the special effects from the ink on the paper, so I always like to do a test on here. Alright, and this is HP 32. And if there are any colors you would like to see me review, if you leave a suggestion, if I have the ink or if I can get it, then we'll do a review. Okay, that's how it's looking so far. Really pretty color. I'm going to go ahead and try this on some Tomo River paper also. And Tomo River paper is another smooth paper, and the ink does tend to perform very well on this. I don't think I picked up. There we go, that's better. I don't think the first time I dipped it in that the pen went all the way to the bottom, so I was just making sure I actually had some ink on here. That's much better. Okay. Alright, and this is Tomo River. And if you find these videos helpful at all, or if you enjoy watching them, don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you can see more, and it helps me out a lot as well. Alright, there we go. Here's how that looks. I'm going to check on the swatch and see if it's dry. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So here's how these turned out. On the copy paper, it did really well. I don't see any feathering. There is actually quite a bit of shading, especially considering this is just copy paper. Hopefully you can see that shading in the writing. Very pretty. And it just looks like a really nice golden yellow color. Very warm and happy. And I don't see any issues. And then here it is on the HP 32. And honestly, there's not a huge difference. There is more shading on the HP 32. And here where we made the swatches, it is a little bit richer of a color than over here. But it's not as dramatic as some of the other inks we've tested. And then here it is on the Tomo River, and this is where it really changes. So first of all, the shading is more dramatic because the darker areas are darker, and so you get a much wider range of color. And then here on this swatch, you can see where it's really dark in the places where there's shading. So this is a really pretty and unique color. I think this would definitely look good on any paper, but would look the best on this Tomo River out of the three. So this is a really nice color. And then here's how it looks on the swatch card. And here you could really see that shading. I don't know if that's maybe like a red or something that's in there, like a really dark orange, that creates that heavy light to dark shading. And here's how light it is, the light yellow. So it goes from this light yellow to like this gold color and then this really dark shading. And you can see it a little bit in the writing down there as well. So this is a really pretty color, especially if you like shading. So I'm going to see if I can find a link to this and leave the link below for you. And thank you so much for watching. You have a great day.